Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy here again, Dean, and I am doing a video I've been wanting to do for a while, for a couple months now. But I just really felt like it wasn't necessary. But at the same time, it's something that's like been looming over me, and I just really wanted to get it out there. So this is why I left Burn One, someone who I was affiliated with for like 7 years, by the way. So I've been there for quite a while. Um, so I guess I'll give you guys the short and sweet because that's what people really care about, and then we'll go from there. And I'll kind of like elaborate on why I let this happen, because I was kind of being used. But more importantly, so I was never compensated for the 7 years of videos I made for that channel, both the Weiss and the Shadowverse one. So that's why ultimately I ended up leaving. Is I asked for my first compensation in 7 years. And I was told basically no. I was told, oh, you haven't made enough videos this month, or you haven't made enough videos. It doesn't matter that I was the only one uploading the Weiss channel for 4 years, I feel like. It doesn't matter that I'm like the main reason the Shadowverse Evolved channel existed, because I'm the one who brought Kit into the game. And it didn't matter that I was running the weeklies for him and like, trying to get the people going. It was like, oh no, sorry, you didn't upload enough gameplay or deck profiles this month. So and then he told me outwardly that he didn't care about the quality of the content on the channel. The only thing he cared about was the quantity. And that's just something that doesn't sit right with me. If I make a video, if it's a gameplay video, I'm going to be trying to show you guys the deck. I'm going to be trying to play it as good as I can. I know some of the games out there right now, we play them at like 1 a.m., but we're trying to show you guys different decks, right? I'm not just going to show you like Dragon versus Dragon continuously. I'm not just going to show you the same deck every time. I want to show you guys like a little bit of variance. Even if we're not playing our best, we're going to try it. And that's kind of what we're going to try to give you guys. And even if some of the gameplay I give you, I mean, like currently I am in the recording room. So this is what we got working with. I got this little arm and stuff that I paid for. I hope you guys can see that. There we go. Moving the tripod a little bit. And I got this tripod this camera's on, so I don't have a ton of recording equipment. This is all stuff I paid for out of pocket, though, because, like I said, I wasn't making money off the channel. But that's the general gist of it. So now it's like, hey, Dean, you seem smart. You're pretty good at card games. You seem pretty smart in general. But like, why the hell did you let that happen? Why did you well, it's a little bit of a long story, so I'll like try to give you guys the spark notes. Serial 10 in the channel you're on right now was like originally where I was just kind of like learning about card games, and I always would, when I find something new and I felt like there wasn't enough stuff out there, because in Weiss Schwartz there really wasn't anyone talking about the game a lot. There's a couple people, but especially back then in 2017 there wasn't a ton. And I just wanted a platform out there to like, talk to people about the game. So when Kit came to locals and he's like, yeah, you can make content on my channel, I'm like, okay, I'll make content on your channel. You got like 1,200, 1,300 subs at the time. And so we were just uploading to that channel, and there was never any money to be made there. There was like, wasn't a ton of ad revenue. It was a small channel. Weiss Schwartz gets like medium views. But during that time, like, Kit was keeping all the money. Didn't really care, didn't think about it. I wasn't spending money or trying to make my videos better, so I literally did not care. And then when Shadowverse Evolved came around, it was like, oh yeah, no, Kit hasn't given me anything. Like, right, I've never been paid for a regional, never got a free flight, never even paid for like my portion of the gas. If I drove my car and Kit was in the car and, it was $30 a person, you better believe I was paying $30 out of my pocket. He was paying $30 out of his. So never a free meal, none of that. At least related to the work. There was a couple things, but like we're not going to talk about those. I think those are side things that weren't related. If he tries to, like nitpick about like what I have received from him in the past. And yeah, so Shadowverse Evolved comes out, and right, we're a small channel at the beginning. The game's kind of small, right? We're trying to grow. And for 700-800 subs, channel doesn't generate revenue. Channels don't generate revenue until they start getting the ads on them, which is around, I don't know if you can do it around 500 to 600, but I know around 1,000 you can. And so we finally hit that 1,000 mark. Ads start getting on the videos, and like a set release comes out, and the set review comes out, which I was not invited to, by the way, which is insane because if you don't know, I would message Kit with those podcasts. I would message Kit usually 3 days in a row and mess up my sleep schedule solely to try to get him to do the set reviews with me, which is another problem that had to do with like working with Kit. Was he doesn't respect the time of the people he works with. He'll tell you, okay, yeah, we can start 10 p.m. your time because he's in Cali. It's 3-hour difference, 7 p.m. his time. I'm like, okay, we can work at 7 p.m. your time, 10 p.m. my time. With something like a podcast, right? It's going to take an hour, so I'm going to be up till 11, maybe midnight, and then it's just like he would like 10 would come around, and he'd be like, I'm 30 minutes out. Okay, it's 10:30 now. And then you go, oh, I'm tired. Sorry, I'm tired today. And it's just like continuously, day after day after day. It would be impossible to get a hold of this guy. So then he went and did a set review without me, even though I think I messaged him multiple times about trying to do the set review. And he just says, you know what? I'm going to do the set review on my own with Skaz and I think it was like Skaz and Shepard. He's going to do it with Skaz and Shepard instead. Okay. So they go and do the set review for set 5. Was the I believe it wasn't the Omens set. It was whatever the previous set was before Omens. The Cosmic Mythos, I believe. Yeah, they went and did that set review without me. And so then when I approached Kit, because that's when the channel roughly started to make revenue, I was like, hey, Kit, channel's starting to make money. We should talk about the split. And he just goes, yeah. And suddenly I know that I'm in a weird position because Kit has been the one who made the channel. He's the sole primary contact on the channel. He is the one in charge of all the money. He's the one getting all the donations. And suddenly I realize how much power he has truly over this thing that I have been making videos on for like pretty much forever. And I realize that I put myself in a position where I don't really have a good road forward if he wants to like fuck me over, which spoiler alert, I believe that he did. I don't know if it was out of malice or like what, but like it was something. It was something where he just didn't care about at least my portion of anything that I had done. So that happens. I'm sorry, by the way, if this is boring anyone. I don't know how much people like these videos, but I feel like I want to get this out there because it's not just for me, it's for everyone else to know roughly like what happened. Like why am I on Serial Tenant with 200 and I know subs don't matter because you know what? I'm going to keep doing my thing. Love all you guys. I still love the game. It's not about views, but it's like, why am I starting over on a different channel, right? And this is why. So I'm like horrified by Kit's response, and I think, okay, I need to like take a step back. I got to spend a week thinking about this, and then I come back and I'm like, okay, Kit, like 50%. And then he hits me with the I don't care about the quality of the videos. He does. I don't care if gameplay, because I tell him the problem is I'm running your weeklies for 3 hours, which I love. I love doing the weeklies. I love seeing Botalas. I want to get something like that going on this channel. I like seeing Botalas with his funny decks. I don't like seeing all the time scum though. The really long decks, I don't like those because those are kind of rough to, sit through when I forget to set the timer. But Ryubi out there with his Runecraft brews, the Chuni clan, Rika, out there playing the forest decks. I enjoyed all of that. I see everyone come week to week. I like seeing that. Prusha with his dragon or sword piles. Definitely love, seeing that and getting to see the community. I like that part of the channel. But I said, that's taken 3 hours out of my week, and we've scheduled it super late, and then you're not showing up for it half of the time. I'm sitting here running this tournament for you, and it's at like a really inconvenient time for me where it's starting at 10 p.m. I think at night roughly is when it started, and then it's going to like 1 a.m. and then I got to wake up at 7 a.m. for like my job, so it's really rough running these tournaments, and then also getting matches out there, right? Because I can't just upload deck profiles I haven't played, or like unless it's like at the beginning of a set where I go, okay, so here's some lists that I found that I think look promising. I can do those, but after the set comes out, I kind of only want to upload decks that I've filtered at least a little bit through gameplay. And so, right, it's like I have to go to locals and sleeve up the deck, or I have to get somebody over here. Thankfully, now we have the sim, but at the time, it's like, right, I had to get people to come into this room and record under this table. But at the same time, I didn't want to have like truly horrible games. So usually we would spend a couple minutes because like I don't want to show you guys the same decks every time, right? It's like I'm out here when I want to do some gameplay videos. I don't want to show you guys a deck. So sometimes we'll have like 2 or 3 reps on a deck first, which is like, adding another like 40 minutes, hour to the time. And I'm like, hey, making a deck, getting a gameplay video out there. I'm putting the images on so you guys can follow along. I'm getting somebody under the camera. It's taken like you guys get a 25-minute video, 30-minute video. That might take me 3.5, 4 hours, right? Like between like the setup, the editing, the pictures in, and all that. Like that takes time, and it's like, I can't make 3 of those in a week and like not just be horribly burnt out. Like I can. Thankfully the sim is nice. It's very easy to parse, and we can like start doing stuff with that. But I'm like, what is this? You don't care about the quality of the video. Like you don't care. Like you just want like a bunch of deck profiles. And then that's what also broke me is after hitting me with that, I watched him put deck profile, deck profile, deck profile, deck profile, and they were all just deck logs that he had not played. But how much I'm going to quote, because he's told me this, he had not played these decks. He did not know how good they were. A lot of them were bad. I mean, but it's like one thing if you preface with like, oh yeah, this is like some deck. And I know a lot of people have wanted like to see this archetype, but I haven't played this, but I went and found this, and this is the one that looks appealing to me. But like, it was like the only content he was putting out, and like it's like, look right now, like with the content he's putting out is he's splicing up the locals that he runs. He runs the locals, he splices it up, and then he uploads it. So it's just that thing where the quality was lower than what I was willing to subscribe to, and then I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, okay, so even if I get into this man's demands and I start pumping out 3 videos a week, I get people out here every single day. Like who's benefiting from this? It's like I've been doing this for 7 years. Why do I have a stipulation all of a sudden on me about that? Like I can't receive any funds until I start like just churning out garbage for you guys. I just don't. I don't subscribe to that thought. Yeah, sorry about the rambling. Sorry about the thing. It's just something I wanted to get off of my chest because I've been thinking about it a lot. So yeah, the TLDR once again. Recap is I made videos with Kit for 7 years. For the first time in 7 years, I asked for a little bit of a paycheck. It was $50, by the way. That's the spoiler alert. I never received any of the money from chat. I don't even know how much he received from like those special like the premium subscribers or whatever, where people like get the early access channel members. I don't know how much he was getting from that. I don't know how much he was getting from like chat donations. I don't know how much he was getting from any other source. But just off of the YouTube ad revenue, I was looking to get like $50. And I got hit with some weird shit. And so I said, peace, I'm out. I'm not going to subscribe to people who, treat people like that. Like, it's kind of fucked. It is kind of fucked. I'm going to be honest. That shit's unbelievable. So, yeah, that's it. This video is going to be the last of it. I'm not going to talk about this with anyone else. This was just something I wanted to get out. This video will be the only time I talk about this. Everything else is going to be me giving you guys everything I can. I think I'm going to start doing gameplay videos as well. Gameplay streams is something I'm thinking about doing. I might even start one tonight, literally the day that I'm uploading this video, where I just, get in Discord and I play against some people in the Shadowverse Evolve client. I like that client. It's very nice. And maybe I'll get to see you guys. And I hope to see everyone at the Grand Showdown. But until then, this is your boy Dean signing out.